We're here with Randy Guy, who is running for St. Mary's County Commissioner President. He is currently Commissioner President, having been elected in 2014. Commissioner Guy, why are you running for another term, and what do you think you've accomplished in your first term?
Actually, I enjoy being a public servant. I enjoy this job. I have no problem making decisions. Hopefully it's all for the best interest of the citizens of St. Mary's County. Accomplishments in the last 3.5 years, I should say the last 4 budget cycles, we have not raised taxes. We've actually lowered property taxes twice by lowering the constant yield 2 times in 2016 and 2017. Accomplishments, I would say that we've moved ahead to build a new library, build a new senior center in the central part of the county, the senior center in Leonardtown. We're also working on continuation of building the a secondary road system along 235. We have called FDR Boulevard. We believe will take many cars off the road and hopefully hold traffic down along that area. We've also acquired a considerable amount of land for public use. We just acquired a Snow Hill Farms up in on the Patuxent River. It gives about 1,500 feet of waterfront. It's one of the problems we had a survey done, and it came to the point where they said we had limited access to waterfront for most people in the current residents and people come down and visit. This gives us a big opportunity for recreation as well as waterfront access. We're also now presently working on a new, we've got to do a animal control center. We're getting ready to step forward with that also. I'm proud that we've decided to go ahead and do this, since the one that's been serving the 3 counties has become dilapidated too much to repair it. Calvary's already done theirs, Charles worked on theirs, we're working on ours right now. And I feel we've provided good services to the primary things, our schools. We've always actually given more than maintenance of effort to make sure that the school systems provide the best education we can for our people. Same with the Sheriff's Department and our EMT, emergency services. We provided funds to them. We gave the sheriff's deputies as well as the correctional officers a pretty good raise in 2015. They're way behind. They had a problem with recruitment. This has helped them out a lot in recruitment. We've also continued to give our county employees good substantial raises when the time came, so that's helped out in retaining good quality people to provide services. And so our park and recreations is well on our way to providing good services to our people. And also our hopefully road improvements will come about. I know we got some problems, but we're working on them right now and getting them improved as far as the FDR Boulevard area and also the Route 4 intersection right there with 235 now. There's some problems there, but unfortunately it's a state problem, but we're dealing with that and getting it done.
We're here at Commissioner Guy. Randy Guy is running for St. Mary's Commissioner President, and he's just talked about a new park that the county is developing. Behind him is the Newtown Neck State Park. But it does beg the question, what will you do to more fully utilize the Myrtle Point Park, which has 2 miles of waterfront?
Well, just recently we had a survey done by Parks and Economic Development about tourism, and they listed 12 things that we were lacking in this county to attract people and also to entertain our own people that are in the county. One of them was hotel space was limited, restaurants were limited, and the number 3 thing on the list was access to the water. St. Mary's County is surrounded by 550 feet of water, 550 miles of water, but yet, we have limited access for most of the people who live interior-wise in the county or people that come down to visit. Myrtle Point would be a valuable piece of land to develop into more of a recreational use than it is now, and that's something we probably need to look at in the future.
Commissioner Randy Guy running for a second term. What makes you different from your opponent? He has a background in the Planning Commission. Your background is a term as a county commissioner, and yet one of the biggest challenges facing the county now is the explosive development planned for Charlotte Hall. How will you approach this differently from your opponent? What is the background of both of you on this?
Well, the first thing I want to say is I want to keep Waldorf in Waldorf. I want to stop any further development of this heavily condensed development in the Charlotte Hall area, the northern part of the county. And we've already talked to some of the developers up there about keeping single-family homes, even trying to put in a senior type development area in some of these plants. And we've even had people come along as far as in next to the veterans home of putting in a veterans type of development. And those kind of things I'm for, but we need to slow down and limit the development, especially any kind of townhouse, apartment type complexes. No. I'm going to keep Waldorf in Waldorf.
Commissioner Guy, looking back at your career, what do you think really helped prepare you for the job of County Commissioner President?
I think the main role is I spent 26 years in the Air Force, and just all the training they gave me, managing resources. In my last duty position was at the Pentagon at the Air Staff, and I managed 10,600 enlisted flyers. And so there's a lot of decisions to be made. There's 11 different Air Force specialties and everything involved. So this alone helped me to set up a good platform of decision making. And that's probably one of the key things that we have to do as a commissioner, is make decisions to move capital improvements forward, be wise with the monies we receive from the customers.
Commissioner Randy Guy is the incumbent Republican County Commissioner President in St. Mary's County. The question for you this time is about education. What is your record about funding the needs of the St. Mary's County Public Schools? And two, what are you doing about funding for school safety?
Okay, right now we have, the last 4 budget cycles, we have fully funded maintenance of effort as far as education. And normally when the superintendent asks for additional money as far as upgrading, say for example science books, we've always contributed actually several $1 million over the past few years to increase the funding to make sure we got the best education. As far as school safety, we quickly have already put aside $1 million right now in our funding dedicated to hardening our schools. We just had a meeting, and they've already secured what we consider all the other outside doors, so you can't, in other words, if you go out, you can't get back in. So they're securing those doors, and they've already established, I have no idea what kind of product, but they put some kind of product on the glasses of the doors to make them shatterproof. In other words, you might shoot the door, but it can't be penetrated. And all the schools now have a vestibule type area where you go in, you have to go left or right in order to be checked in before you get into the school itself.
Commissioner Guy, can you tell the readers and the viewers of this video and the readers of the Chesapeake Today a little bit about what it's like preparing for your meetings and how your staff really helps you do that and makes the job of the Commissioner Board much better and more effective?
Well, what we do is we have a Thursday meeting, 8:30, and this qualifies all the material and also all of the motions that are coming up on Tuesday. Now, it may appear we're reading from a script because the motions have to be, it's actually becoming law, or it's a financial decision statement. And so it has to be formalized into a certain script form. So it has to be read exactly in that motion so that we can make it law. Now, we do have a wonderful staff that makes all this possible. They put all this together every Thursday morning, 8:30 with the meeting. We actually program the next Tuesday's meeting and forecasted two more weeks in advance. Also, we have about a 15-month spreadsheet. We know there's certain things are going to happen to make sure we don't miss anything. And all of our directors, when they have a motion online, they give us all the valuable information we need so the commissioners can now take all this home with them or go on board docs and be ready to make a decision on the motion.
Commissioner Randy Guy, running for St. Mary's County Commissioner President in a second term. Commissioner Guy, Governor Hogan has appointed a study commission to examine another bay crossing. There's only been 2 bay crossings built in history, one that opened in 1954, another one in 1972. The only logical place for another bay crossing is from Cove Point in Calvert County over to the eastern shore. Do you favor this?
I favor that support from Cove Point over. This will bring in a lot of new jobs. Plus, for our people here in St. Mary's County, to reduce the driving time from 4 hours to 2 hours to get to Ocean City. I think it'd be a great idea. And I support the governor's initiative to do this. He's planned this, and he's got a commission working, and I would think that that's a logical point to put it at Cove Point over to the Eastern Shore. This is on the Governor Hogan's agenda to look at this second crossing, and I definitely support Governor Hogan, not only for his re-election, but support him on this bay crossing.
Commissioner Guy, the head of your ticket is Governor Hogan. The governor's in a position, is in favor of improving or replacing the Thomas Johnson Bridge with a 4-lane bridge, improving the approaches to it. The head of the ticket for your opponent is Steny Hoyer, who is a self-declared tax, spend Democrat. He's been serving for 37 years, and Hoyer wants another serving. What will you do to differentiate yourself from your opponent, to support Governor Hogan, and to help push for a replacement of the Thomas Johnson Bridge?
Well, I don't think Hoyer's going to send me any money, but I understand that he does support those on his ticket, so I'm pretty sure that all the Democratic candidates will get some kind of financial aid from Mr. Hoyer's camp. But I support the bridge replacement. I support Governor Hogan's agenda, and if part of that is this bridge replacement and improvements on both ends of it, I'm fully supportive of that, because we need to do something. And I understand it's going to be a long time, but I think that Hogan will do everything he do to push it through to get done sooner. And I definitely support Hogan for governor.